Autumn air whipped through the maples on the Westchester street. As Alex Sterling pulled into his driveway, sunset painted long shadows across his colonial, and he could see Jessica in the kitchen window. A familiar comfort for 10 years, but lately, something felt off. Her movements, guarded. Alex cut the engine of his Mercedes, briefcase heavy with case files beside him. Observations weighed on him. Jessica's phone vanishing when he entered room. Bathroom calls with the shower running. New passwords on her devices. The front door swung open before he got his keys. Jessica, perfect in a cream blouse and pencil skirt. Dark hair cascading down. She smiled, but it didn't reach her eyes. Home early, she said. Stepping back, garlic and herbs filled the house. Elaborate meals lately, like compensation. Light day. Alex replied, loosening his tie. She angled away when he kissed her cheek. Smells good. New recipe. Jessica hurried to the kitchen, heels clicking on hardwood. Mom's in an hour. Sunday dinner. Alex watched her go, tension in her shoulders. 10 years. He read every shift. Something was wrong, had been for weeks. He just couldn't place it. Upstairs, Alex changed, glimpsing Jessica through the bathroom door, applying makeup. Her phone buzzed. She snatched it, fingers flying, deleting something fast. Everything okay? He asked casually. Oh, Brittany. Jessica responded, not meeting his eyes. Rough divorce. You know, Alex knew. Family law attorney. Seen countless marriages implode. Expert at spotting trouble. Irony wasn't lost on him, analyzing his own marriage with the same clinical eye. The drive to his mother's was quiet. Classical music and Jessica's work comments at her marketing firm. Phone face down on her lap. New behavior. Susan Hayes Colonial sat on a corner lot. Lawn perfect. Alex saw his brother Ben's BMW already there. Something tightened in his chest. Ben, distant lately, canceling lunches with vague excuses. Alex, Jessica, Susan called from the door. Silver hair perfect despite humidity. Hugs, but Susan's embrace of Jessica felt briefer than usual. Come in, Ben's here. The dining room, Susan's best china. Sunday ritual. Ben stood by the fireplace, drink in hand, polished in a blue button-down and darker slacks. Raised his glass, greeting, but didn't move. Alex, a nod. Jessica. The way he said Jessica's name, Alex's lawyer instincts pricked. Wait, carefulness. Out of place for family dinner. Around the table, Susan brought out pot roast. Same recipe since Alex was a kid. Familiar aroma. But tonight, competing with tension. So, Jessica, Susan said, passing potatoes. Missed you last Sunday? Sister Marlene was asking. Jessica's fork paused. Oh, right. Had to leave early. Brittany needed me. Lunch plans. Susan's eyes narrowed slightly. Brittany, interesting. Ran into her at Morton Williams that afternoon. Said she was in Seattle all weekend for work. Silence. Heavy. Alex watched Jessica's cheeks flush, hand tightening on her water glass. Must be mixing up weekends. Jessica recovered. Small laugh. Firm's crazy busy. Days blur. Alex felt Susan's eyes. Slight shake of her head. Susan Hayes. Uncanny sense for wrongness. Served her well for 40 years. Speaking of the firm, Ben interjected quickly. Alex. Patterson case files I sent. Review them. Didn't get them? Alex replied, studying Ben's face. When'd you send them? Last Thursday evening. Ben shifted. Left them on your desk. Your hours. Funny. Alex was at the office late Thursday. Never saw them. Tension ratcheted up. Jessica's phone buzzed in her purse. Her whole body tensed. Excuse me, she murmured, standing. Brittany. Maybe. Jessica hurried out. Susan leaned to Alex, voice low. Something's not right with that girl lately. Alex. A mother knows. Mom. Ben warned. But Susan waved him off. Don't mom me. Ben Hayes, known Jessica since law school, dating Alex. She's different. distracted, nervous. Susan's eyes locked on Alex's. You've noticed too, haven't you? Before Alex could answer, Jessica returned, cheeks flushed. Sorry, where were we? Dinner blurred. Forced conversation, careful glances. Alex watched every interaction. Ben barely looking at Jessica. Jessica's laugh too bright when Susan mentioned their anniversary. Later, bed. Alex watched Jessica check her phone one last time. Screen angled away. Before plugging it in, everything okay with Brittany? He asked neutrally. What? Oh, yeah. Sister stuff. Jessica slipped under the covers, turning away, thinking of seeing her next weekend. Hard time, you know. Divorce. Sisters stick together. Alex stared at the ceiling. Darkness. Listening to Jessica's breathing. Pretending sleep. The seed of doubt Susan planted took root, fertilized by a decade of similar cases at the firm. Next morning, Alex arrived at Sterling and Hayes early. Quiet office. Morning sun streaming through windows. He went to Ben's office, noting the new security cameras in the hallways. Ben's pet project. Ben's desk. Immaculate. But something caught Alex's eye. A silver earring by the visitor's chair. Picked it up. Design familiar. Jessica had a pair just like it. Office door opening made him turn. Ben, coffee in hand. Surprise flickering across his face. You're early, Ben said, moving to his desk. Thought I'd look for those Patterson files. Alex held up the earring. Found this instead. Ben's face neutral. Clients? Must be. Alex agreed, pocketing the earring. Funny though. Looks just like the pair I got Jessica for our anniversary. Brothers stared at each other. Years of shared history. Unspoken words hanging between them. Ben looked away. Patterson files are probably lost in the system. Turning to his computer. Assistant can look. Alex nodded, heading back to his office. Recognized avoidance. Desk phone rang. Unknown number. Alex Sterling speaking. Mr. Sterling. Caitlin Callahan. Handled my divorce last year. Of course. Mrs. Callahan. How can I help? Pause. Delicate. PI work now. Case at the Hudson Grant. Thought you should know. Seen your wife's car there 3 Thursday nights in a row. Same time. Same duration. Alex's grip tightened. Thursday nights. Jessica's book club. You're sure? Photos. If you want. Room 304. Remembered how you helped me when I found out about my ex. Thought I owed you the same courtesy. Thank you, Mrs. Callahan. Alex's voice steady, world tilting. I'll handle it from here. The week blurred. Careful observation, mounting evidence. Alex noticed things subconsciously registered for weeks. Jessica's phone always silent now. Changed email password. Increasing sister emergencies. Friday morning, Jessica packed an overnight bag. Brittany trip? Alex asked, watching her select clothes. Rough time, Jessica said, not meeting his eyes. Divorce, sisters stick together. Nodded, packing new lingerie set, bought last month. Never seen her wear. Give her my best. After Jessica left, Alex picked up her jacket from the chair. Pocket. His fingers found it. Key card. Room 304. The Hudson Grant. Hand shook, photographed the card. Then, methodical precision, he called Brittany's number. Alex. Brittany sounded surprised. Everything okay? Checking in, he said calmly. Jessica's staying with you this weekend. Wanted to make sure you're alright. Silence. Then, Brittany's tight voice. Alex, I'm in Seattle. Business conference. Been all week. I see. Alex closed his eyes. Final piece clicking. Thanks. Brittany, take care. Hung up, stared at the keycard. 10 years of marriage, lifetime trusting his brother, unraveling in his fingers. Lawyer in him knew procedure, evidence, documentation, planning. Husband wanted to storm the hotel, lawyer won out. Weekend to prepare, gather evidence. No wiggle room, no twisting the narrative. Seen too many clients lose everything acting on emotion. Alex sat at his desk. Key card heavy in hand. Partner at Sterling and Hayes built career on cases like this. How many times explained warning signs clients missed? Now those signs flash before his eyes. Irony. For years, he and Ben built reputation as city's premier family law firm, specializing in infidelity, seen every variation, every excuse, every pattern, now living one of their case files. Key card, room 304, physical proof of instinct, wife, brother, betrayal, evidence to prove it. Susan's words, a mother knows. She tried to warn him, time to find out how deep this betrayal went. Autumn sun setting, long shadows, darkness growing. Alex began to plan, build his case methodically, gather evidence carefully. When time came, Jessica and Ben would understand what they'd thrown away. For now, work to do. Key card on his desk, ticking bomb. Room 304, waiting. Court date on his calendar. Thursdays. Hudson Grand. Pieces all there, putting them together. No room for doubt. Alex pulled out a legal pad, began to write, each word a brick in the wall around his heart. No escape. No explaining away. They chose their path. He'd make sure they walked it alone. Morning light striped across Alex's home office. Evidence laid out on mahogany desk. Hudson Grand key card mocked him next to laptop. Screenshots of texts and call logs. Digital trail of betrayal. Coffee cold, untouched. Clock ticked past 9. Alex picked up his phone, scrolling to Chris Garrett's number. Phone rang twice. Chris Garrett. Chris. Alex Sterling. Pause. Alex, wondering when you'd call. News travels fast. Riverside situation. Room 304, right? Alex's jaw tightened. Need your expertise. Jensen case. CEO and secretary. Hard to forget. Saved your client a fortune. Something similar. More sophisticated. Multiple angles. Remote activation. Foolproof. Chris inhaled sharply. This is personal, isn't it? Very. Chris paused. Sure you want to see what's happening in that room? Some things you can't unsee. Alex glanced at wedding photo. Him and Jessica. Ben as best man. Happiness. Cruel joke now. Need to know everything. Alex said firmly. And proof. Nobody can dispute. Meet me at my workshop. Hour. Clear my morning. Chris's workshop. Back of old textile warehouse and industrial district. Tech enthusiast dream. Surveillance equipment. Monitors. Workbenches. Surveillance central. Chris said, leading Alex to workbench. Pulled out small devices. Latest covert recording tech. Military grade. Legal for civilian use. Alex picked up a camera. Smaller than his thumb. How many? Chris sketched hotel room diagram. 4. Above door. Entrance. 2 room angles. 1 bed area. Glanced at Alex. Might not want that last one. Want everything, Alex said firmly. Every angle. Every moment. No denial. Chris nodded slowly. Motion activated. Wireless transmission to secure server. Time-stamped. GPS tagged. Encrypted. No doctored footage claims. Showed Alex setup. Positioning, testing angles, remote activation from phone. One more thing, Chris said, pulling out a small device. Hallway motion sensor. 30-second warning before anyone enters. Avoid awkward moments. Alex slipped sensor in pocket. How much? Consider a payback for Jensen case. Chris hesitated. Alex, seen a lot of surveillance. Family ones. Always hardest. This isn't just family anymore. Alex replied, it's about truth. From Chris's workshop, Alex drove to Meredith Harmon's law offices. Meredith's corner office. Panoramic city view. Lines drawn. Meredith looked up. Reading glasses perched. Expecting you. Word travels fast in our profession. Wildfire. Gestured to chair. Especially Sterling and Hayes partners. Surprised you're here. Not Jacobson's. Alex sat. Rigid posture. Jacobson's too close to Ben. Need someone who'll handle this by the book. And you think that's me? Meredith removed glasses. Penetrating stare. Opponents so often. Best at infidelity cases in the state. Never lost one with clear evidence. Ghost of smile. Flattery gets you everywhere. But sure about this. Once I file, no going back. Evidence. Photos. Surveillance footage. Hotel time frames. Alex's voice steady. Tonight. Video proof. Meredith's eyebrows rose. Carlton's handiwork. Assume everything legal. Documented. Of course. Meredith pulled out legal pad. This date. Infidelity evidence influences settlement significantly. You know that better than most. Paused, studying him. Might not know how it feels when it's your own case. Your own brother. Alex's face hardened. Papers are ready for tonight. Key card. Room 304. Hudson Grand. Tonight. Papers ready. Meredith silent. Nodded. Ready by 6. But remember, you're not just a lawyer. You're the client. Clients sometimes let emotion override judgment. Not this time. Alex said. This time, everything by the book. Afternoons stretched endlessly. Alex prepared in Sterling and Hayes' office. Reviewed firm security footage, documenting late-night meetings between Ben and Jessica. Upgraded cameras. Ben insisted on crystal-clear evidence of betrayal. Phone buzzed. Text from Jessica. Working late tonight. Don't wait up. Another lie to the pile. 7:30. Alex parked at Hudson Grand Garage, service entrance, away from main parking. Lobby bustled with evening activity. Business travelers, tourists, wedding party. None noticed sharp-suited man heading for elevators. Briefcase containing more than legal papers. Room 304. End of long hallway. Carpet muffling footsteps. Alex checked his watch. 7:45. Pattern held. They'd arrive separately. Jessica first, then Ben, usually 15 minutes apart. Key card slid smoothly into lock. Green light. Scene of betrayal. Standard luxury hotel room. King bed. White linens. Generic paintings. Desk by window. Alex moved methodically, placing Chris's cameras with surgical precision. One above door. Hidden by molding. 2 more disguised in artwork. Final camera focused on bed. Disappeared into TV mounting bracket. Each camera connected to his phone. Soft ping. Feeds appearing on screen. Perfect clarity. Motion sensor in hallway. Pass ice machine. 7:55. Alex positioned by window. Concealed by curtains. Phone vibrated. Movement in hallway. Heels clicking on tile. Then carpet. Key card in lock. Jessica entered. Black dress bought last month. Price tag raised eyebrows then. Now he knew why she wanted to look special. Purse on desk. Then froze, spotting him. Alex. Voice cracked. What are you? Door opened again. Ben stepped in, loosening tie. Sorry I'm late. Johnson brief words died in his throat. Seeing his brother. Silence. Absolute. Only air conditioning hum. Alex reached for phone. Activating cameras. Single tap. Small red lights blinked to life. Recording everything. 10 years, Alex said quietly. Voice steady. 10 years of marriage. 35 years of brotherhood. And this is what it comes to. Jessica moved first, stumbling toward the purse. Alex, please. It's not what it looks like. Alex's laugh. Hollow, like room service bills charged to firm's corporate card, like late-night office meetings. Turned to Ben, like those security cameras you insisted on upgrading. Ben stepped forward, hands raised. Alex, let's talk rationally. Rationally. Alex's voice could freeze hell. Like brothers, or like lawyers. Like family? Family. Ben pleaded. We can figure this out. Family. Alex pulled divorce papers from briefcase, deliberately placing them on desk. You know what's interesting about family law, Ben? Patterns repeat. Lies, excuses, betrayals, all the same. Never thought I'd be living one of our case files. Jessica began to cry, mascara tracking down cheeks. Mistake, moment of weakness. Never meant to get caught. Alex cut her off. That's what they all say, isn't it? Men? How many times have we heard that in depositions? Mistake, never meant to hurt anyone. At least be original. Ben's face pale. Spotted cameras. You can't use those recordings. Violation of privacy laws. Public hotel. Key card. Legal access. Alex's smile sharp. Really think I didn't do this by the book. Check firm security log. Hotel records. Everything documented. Everything legal. Just like you taught me. Brother. The word brother struck Ben physically. He sank into desk chair, confidence evaporating. Jessica made another desperate attempt. Alex, please talk about this. Counseling. Work through. Nothing to work through. Alex checked phone. Cameras recording clearly. Papers on the desk. Meredith Harmon will contact you both tomorrow. Meredith Harmon. Ben's head snapped up. You bringing her into this. She's handling my divorce. You know her reputation with infidelity cases. Alex moved toward door. And Ben, firm board meets next week. Suggest you review partnership agreement. Specifically, morality clause. Color drained from Ben's face. You wouldn't. I would. I am. Alex paused at the door. Firm security cameras caught everything. Every late night meeting. Every time you use company resources for your affair. Funny how evidence piles up once you start looking. Stepped into hallway, but Jessica's voice stopped him. Alex, wait. Please, I'll do anything. Just don't show those videos to anyone. Think about our families. Alex turned back one last time. You should have thought about our families before using Brittany's name to cover your affair, before betraying not just me, but everyone who trusted you both. Door closed decisively. An elevator. Phone exploded with messages. Jessica begging. Ben threatening. Muted them both. Without reading. Night air. Cool leaving hotel. Phone buzzed again. Susan. Of course. Mother would send something wrong. Alex. Susan's voice thick with worry. Everything alright? Been trying to reach Ben. Not answering. Mom. Alex's voice caught. Lawyer facade cracking. You need to sit down. Something you need to know. Call lasted 20 minutes. By the end, Susan crying. Worst suspicions confirmed. Oh, my boy. My boys. Proof. Mom. Videos. Documents. Everything. Does Brittany know they used her name? Not yet. I'll tell her tomorrow. Alex reached his car, exhausted. Mom, I'm sorry about Ben. About all of it. Don't you dare apologize. Susan's voice strengthened. Maternal fury. You did nothing wrong. Nothing. Do you hear me? They're the ones who need to be sorry. Hanging up. Alex sat in car, watching hotel entrance. Eventually saw them leave separately. Jessica first, clutching purse like shield. Then Ben, 10 minutes later, teeth still undone. Both shell-shocked, destroyed by their own actions. Phone buzzed one final time. Text from Chris. Cameras caught everything. Files uploading to secure server now. You okay? Alex didn't respond. Started car, pointing towards Susan's. Susan would be waiting up, ready to pick up pieces of shattered family. Night stretched ahead. Calls to make, explanations to give, truths to reveal. But for now, Alex had done what needed to be done. Faced the truth, brought it into the light. Whatever came next would have to wait for tomorrow. Grandfather clock in the Hayes family home struck 9 as Alex finished setting up audio-visual equipment. Through study window, watched another car pull into driveway. Aunt Margaret's Lexus, followed by Uncle Robert's Range Rover. Family gathering. Unknowing witnesses to implosion of everything they thought they knew. In kitchen, Susan methodically arranged coffee cups on prize serving tray. Movements deliberately slow. Hiding tremor in hands. Wedgwood china set. Wedding gift from Alex's grandmother. Felt especially fragile today. Peterson's just pulled up. James called from front window, standing sentinel for past hour. Watching extended family arrive. Richard's with them. Alex nodded. Richard Peterson, Hayes family attorney for 3 generations. His presence today, not coincidence. James must have called him. Did you tell them? Susan's voice from kitchen. About what we're going to see? No, Alex replied, checking video timestamps one final time. Some things need to be witnessed firsthand. Doorbell chimed. Joshua Davis's commanding presence filled doorway. Pastoral collar stark white against dark suit. Sarah, his wife, clutched Bible like armor behind him. Ben's fiancée, Valerie Morrow, stood in heels that probably cost more than monthly rent. Alex, Joshua's voice. Weight of 20 years of sermons. Susan was rather cryptic on the phone, said it was about both our families. Before Alex could respond, Brittany pushed past them into house. Designer blazer and pencil skirt, immaculate, but eyes red-rimmed behind glasses. Up all night after Alex's preview. Dad nodded to Joshua, then turned to Alex. Carlsons are right behind me. Margaret wanted to bring Elizabeth too. Elizabeth. Sarah's eyebrows rose. But she's only 16. She needs to see this. Brittany cut in. Everyone needs to see who they really are. Living room filled quickly. James rearranged furniture night before. Impromptu theater setting. A large TV screen dominated one wall. Black surface reflecting growing crowd like the dark mirror. Richard Peterson materialized at Alex's elbow. Your father called. Said you might need legal counsel for what's about to happen. Not counsel. Richard. Just a witness. More families arrived. Carlson's teenage daughter Elizabeth, Aunt Margaret, Uncle Robert, cousins from both sides. Room hummed, confused murmurs. Speculation. Alex stood before them, remote in hand. Before I start, courtroom voice cutting through chatter. I want you to understand something. What you're about to see isn't edited, isn't manipulated. Raw truth. Captured by legal means, properly documented. Joshua shifted. Alex, you're frightening, Sarah. Good. Brittany's voice sharp. She should be frightened. We all should be. First video began playing. Hotel security footage. Crystal clear. Timestamp. 3 weeks ago. Same night. Jessica claimed to be helping Brittany with divorce papers. Elizabeth Carlson gasped. First, is that Aunt Jessica with Uncle Ben? Elizabeth, leave the room, her mother Margaret ordered. No, Alex's voice firm. She stays. Everyone stays. Everyone watches. Everyone knows exactly what kind of people they've been protecting. Footage continued. Men's office at firm. After hours. Security cameras he'd insisted on upgrading. Captured everything in perfect detail. Joshua's Bible hit floor with thud. Sarah began to pray quietly. Whispered words. Counterpoint to damning evidence on screen. Turn it off. Valerie suddenly commanded. Pale, manicured hands gripping handbag. I've seen enough. There's more. Alex replied. I said I've seen enough. Valerie stood, yanking engagement ring off with force. Leaving mark. Platinum band flew across room. Bounced off wallpaper. Disappeared under cabinet. Front door slammed behind her. Rattling windows. Richard Peterson, cleared throat. Recordings are legal. Every second. Confirmed. Alex. Public spaces, company property, proper documentation. Ben approved security system himself. Elizabeth's voice cut through shock. But why? Why would they do this? Innocent question of teenager who still believed in fairy tales. Adults in room shifted uncomfortably. Own marriages and secrets suddenly under harsh scrutiny. 'Cause they could. Brittany answered. Because they thought they were clever enough not to get caught. Because they used my name. My divorce. My pain as their cover story. Sarah finally looked up from prayers. Joshua, say something. She's your daughter. But Joshua Davis, who'd counseled countless families, preached morality and family values for decades, couldn't find his voice. His daughter's betrayal played out on screen. High definition. No room for pastoral platitudes. Footage continued. Hotel visits spanning months. Late night meetings at firm. Client billing records showing hours charged during encounters. Each piece of evidence meticulously documented. Unbreakable chain of truth. Board meets tomorrow. Alex informed them. Ben's partnership terminated. Firm name will change. You'll destroy his career, Sarah protested weakly. He destroyed it himself. James spoke up for first time. Every time he used company resources for a fair. Every time he billed clients for hours spent with my daughter-in-law, Elizabeth. Silent since initial outburst. Suddenly asked, what about their souls? Room went quiet. Leave it to teenager to cut to the heart of matter. Joshua finally stirred. Pastoral training kicking in. We must pray for. Pray. Brittany's laugh bitter. They used my divorce as their excuse. Dad, while you were counseling me about my failed marriage, your other daughter was destroying her own. Where were your prayers then? Susan's coffee cups rattled on tray, setting it down too hard. That's enough. What's done is done. What matters now is how we move forward. Move forward. Margaret's voice rose. Susan, they've made us all complicit. Every Sunday dinner, every family gathering, we were all part of their lie. No, Alex cut in. We were victims of their lie. But not anymore. Final piece of evidence played. Security footage from firm, showing Ben upgrading camera system himself, unknowingly creating tools of his own downfall. Richard Peterson pulled out notebook. Firm bylaws clear about moral conduct and resource misuse. Tomorrow's board meeting. Formality. What about Jessica's parents? Elizabeth asked. Shouldn't they be here? They'll see it soon enough. Joshua responded, voice hollow. Sunday service should be interesting. Gathering began to break up. Family members leaving in twos and threes, carrying weight of what they'd witnessed. Elizabeth hugged Alex before leaving, whispering, I'm sorry they weren't who we thought they were. Richard stayed, reviewing documents with James in study. Susan mechanically began cleaning up coffee cups, movements automatic after decades of hosting family gatherings. Brittany helped, gathering napkins, empty cream pitchers. You okay? Mom. Susan's hand stilled on coffee cup. Keep thinking about last Christmas. All of us together. Photos. Plans. Was it all a lie? Not all of it. Alex answered from doorway. Just them. Next morning, Alex arrived at firm hour before board meeting. Evidence. Neat folders on conference table. Hotel footage. Security camera clips. Billing records. Perfectly organized. Ben arrived last. Usual polished appearance showing cracks. Ties slightly crooked. Eyes bloodshot. Looked like every guilty client they'd ever represented. Board's decision already made, Ben said quietly as members filed in. Isn't it? You made their decision weeks ago. Every time you use this firm to conduct your affair, Alex replied. Meeting brief. Clinical. Each board member reviewed evidence in silence. Faces growing grimmer. Ben didn't even attempt to defend himself. By afternoon, firm name changed to Sterling Legal Solutions. Ben's office packed up by impassive movers. Nameplate already removed from door. Jessica discovered access to firm social media revoked. Carefully curated online presence began to crumble as family members shared their truth. Elizabeth Carlson's post hit particularly hard. Sometimes the people we look up to the most let us down. The worst family betrayal. Months passed. Ben moved to Arizona. Legal career in shambles. Jessica took job in Seattle. Exile, self-imposed, but necessary. Holes they left in family fabric slowly began to heal, filled by stronger bonds between those who remained. Brittany, invaluable as office manager. Efficiency steadying firm during transition. Sunday dinners at Hayes' house. Smaller, more meaningful. Even Elizabeth started attending regularly. Teenage perspective cutting through adult pretenses. 6 months after family meeting, Alex sat in expanded office, now managing partner. Divorce finalized weeks ago. Jessica's attempts to claim mental distress crumbling before evidence of premeditation. Knock at door. Caitlin Callahan entered. PI badge catching afternoon light, handling security for firm since reorganization. Sharp eyes, attention to detail, invaluable. Peterson's called, she said. Elizabeth, school paper on professional ethics, wants to interview you. Alex smiled slightly. Teenagers' questions during family meetings stayed with him. Set it up. Also, Caitlin hesitated, thinking about dinner, new place on Fifth, something developing between them, slow, cautious, professional respect turning to friendship, possibly more. Neither rushed it. Both seen too many relationships shattered. Alex glanced at desk. New family photo. Him with parents. Brittany. Elizabeth. Others who'd stood by him. Waste paper basket. Shredded remains of wedding photo. Reminder how quickly everything could change. Dinner sounds good, he replied, rising, turning off office lights. Sometimes, he reflected, best revenge wasn't just exposing truth, it was thriving afterward, surrounded by those who chose truth over comfort, loyalty over lies. He was finally starting to thrive again. Elizabeth's latest Instagram post said it best. Family isn't always who you're born to or married to. Sometimes it's who stands with you when truth matters more than comfort. Lessons learned stronger together. 5 years later, autumn leaves scattered across courthouse steps as Alex Sterling exited building. Latest case successfully concluded. At 43, success sat comfortably on his shoulders. Sterling Legal Solutions, most respected family law firm in 3 states, reputation for complex infidelity cases, particular expertise. Phone buzzed. Text from Caitlin. Elizabeth's graduation ceremony starts at 6. Don't be late. She wants both her godparents there. Alex smiled, still amazed how life rearranged itself. Elizabeth Carlson, teenager who witnessed family implosion, thrown into a formidable young woman. Graduating law school, accepted junior position at Sterling Legal Solutions, determined to follow in Godfather's footsteps. Drive to Susan's house took him past old Sterling and Hayes building. Sign long changed, but sometimes Alex still remembered those final days. Ben's name stripped from letterhead. Scandal rocking professional community. Susan's driveway already full when he arrived. Sunday dinners evolve. Never stop. Through window. Brittany directing caterers. Efficiency as office manager extending to family gatherings. Own divorce, 5 years behind her. Recent engagement to James Peterson, Richard's son, brought joy back to both families. Inside house hummed with activity. Elizabeth sat at kitchen counter. Law books spread around her, preparing for bar exam. Thesis on ethics of family law. Personal experience as professional foundation already garnered attention. Uncle Alex. She jumped up. Hug. Uncle honorary now, closer than blood. Did you see? Arizona Bar Association finally disbarred Ben last week. Alex nodded. Seen news. Ben's attempt to rebuild career in Arizona collapsed under weight of new scandals. Inappropriate client relationships. Misused funds. Pattern of behavior suggesting affair with Jessica, not isolated incident. Third wife left him too. Elizabeth added. Journalism minor showing an attention to detail. Apparently, found him with his paralegal. Some people never change. Caitlin commented. Entering from living room. PI badge now read Director of Security. Sterling Legal Solutions. Expanded into comprehensive investigation services under her leadership. Gold band on left hand caught light. She and Alex married 2 years ago. Small ceremony in Hayes family garden. Susan emerged from a study. Silver hair, elegant as ever. No shop talk before dinner. She announced, Elizabeth needs to focus on graduation speech. Speaking of speeches, Brittany called from dining room. Dad sends regrets. Church council meeting ran long. Joshua Davis needed years to rebuild pastoral reputation after daughter's scandal. Affair cost him congregants, but public acknowledgement of family pain and healing ultimately strengthened ministry. Now specialized in counseling families torn by infidelity. Did you hear about Jessica? Susan asked quietly. Setting table. Old habits die hard. Still used Wedgwood china for Sunday dinners. Alex heard through legal grapevine. Elizabeth's social media monitoring. Kept tabs on ex-wife. After Seattle, moved to Portland, then San Francisco, each move diminishing returns. Attempt to rebuild marketing career faltered. Story followed her. Background checks revealed scandal. In age of social media, nothing stayed buried. Tried reaching out to Brittany last month. Susan continued. Wanted to explain her side. After all these years, what did Brittany say? Nothing. Blocked her number. Susan straightened fork with precision. Some bridges stay burned. Doorbell rang. James Peterson arriving with his father Richard. Older lawyer officially retired. Still consulted on complex cases. Son followed him into law, corporate litigation, rather than family law. Relationship with Brittany. Careful, respectful of past hurts. Anyone see new profile on Sterling Legal? James asked. Sitting down to dinner. National Law Review. Quite a spread. Alex seen it. Article praised firm's innovative approach to infidelity cases, highlighting digital forensics. Social media evidence. What started as personal tragedy evolved into professional expertise. They interviewed me for it. Elizabeth added proudly. Wanted perspective of someone who'd witnessed firm's transformation firsthand. Speaking of transformations, Caitlin interjected. Margaret mentioned running into Valerie Morrow in Chicago last week. Valerie, Ben's ex-fiancée. Engagement ring thrown across room that fateful day. Channeled anger into activism. Ran nonprofit helping women rebuild lives after betrayal. Own experience lending authenticity. Everything's different now. Elizabeth mused, looking around table. But better, right? More real. Alex squeezed Caitlin's hand under table. 5 years changed everything. And nothing. Pain scarred over. Lessons remained. Trust, once broken, never returned quite the same way, but new trust, built on truth, shared healing, could grow stronger than before. Later that evening, guests departed. Susan packed leftovers. Alex stood in father's old study. James Sr. passed 2 years ago. Presents lingered in leather chairs. Law books. Framed article on wall caught his eye. First major piece about Sterling Legal Solutions transformation. Below it, family photo from last Christmas. Faces changed, some missing. Others added, but core remained. Stronger for weathering storm. Phone buzzed. Email alert. New client referral. Another high-profile infidelity case. Kind that became their specialty. Still at it. Caitlin appeared in doorway. Elizabeth wants your input on graduation speech. Thinking of addressing professional ethics. Personal experience. Tell her to speak her truth. Alex replied, "It's what she does best." They walked out together, passing spot where Valerie's engagement ring, hidden under cabinet for months before renovation. Susan melted it down, used platinum to make pendants for women and family. Symbols of transformation in car. Alex's phone showed another news alert. Ben's latest troubles, making headlines in Arizona. Brother's path of self-destruction continued. Each new scandal eerily similar to last. Some patterns seemed too deeply ingrained to break. Jessica's latest social media profile, listed as marketing consultant in San Francisco. Client list then. Carefully curated posts showed life stripped of family connections. Each holiday marked by generic updates rather than shared memories. Third attempt at relationship counseling ended like others. Trust, fundamentally broken, proved impossible for her to rebuild. Drive home took them past Hudson Grand Hotel, still standing, under new management. Room 304 renovated during remodel, erasing physical space of betrayal, while impact echoed through lives. Decades. Elizabeth interviewed hotel's former manager for thesis. Interesting thing, she told Alex, isn't just how secrets come out, but how people rebuild afterward. Some never do. Others build something stronger from wreckage. Their house. Alex and Caitlin bought together 2 years ago. Quiet street. Away from old neighborhood. No ghosts here. No memories of betrayal. Just new traditions being built, one day at a time. Brittany and James set a date. Caitlin mentioned settling in next spring in the garden where we got married. Alex nodded. Symmetry felt right. New joy blooming where old pain rooted. Laptop showed calendar reminder. Elizabeth's graduation next month. Then bar exam. Then official start at firm. Next generation taking up mantle. Turning personal history into professional wisdom. Do you ever regret it? Caitlin asked quietly. How public everything became. Alex considered question. Exposure brutal, but necessary. Truth fully revealed. Prevented rewriting history. Softening consequences? No, he finally answered. Secrets protect the wrong people. Truth protects the right ones. On desk. Letter he hadn't shared yet. Invitation to keynote National Family Law Conference. Topic: when professional expertise meets personal experience. Transforming private pain into public justice. 5 years transformed betrayal into expertise, pain into purpose. Ben and Jessica's choices rippled through dozens of lives, but ripples shaped something stronger in their wake. Elizabeth's latest Instagram post captured it perfectly. 5 years ago, I watched my family implode. Today, I'm graduating law school, joining the firm that rose from those ashes, and helping others find their way through darkness. Sometimes the worst chapter of your story becomes the foundation for someone else's healing. Justice, served family law, new beginnings. Post had thousands of likes, including one from Valerie Morrow's nonprofit, another from Joshua Davis' church counseling program. even in darkness. Light found its way through. Alex closed laptop, joined Caitlin on back porch. Autumn air carried hints of wood smoke. Changing seasons. Tomorrow bring new cases, new challenges, new opportunities to turn experience into expertise. Tonight, for reflection, acknowledging how far they'd come from Sunday morning 5 years ago, when truth shattered pretense. Cases reformed into something different, but stronger. Mosaic of chosen family, hard wisdom, purposeful justice. Sometimes, Alex reflected, best revenge isn't just exposing the truth, or even thriving afterward. It's using your scars to help others heal, turning private pain into public purpose, and building something so strong. Original Wound became just another chapter in much longer, richer story.